Morning everyone, welcome to the AV Adoption channel. My name is Rakeb. Today we are in Stuttgart and we will travel to Munich in an electric car. And along the way I will talk about what this channel is going to be about. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so I have been charging overnight. It's 10:30 in the morning at the moment. It's quite cold outside, it's been snowing, so I preheated the car so it's nice and toasty inside. I am at 100% state of charge and I've been charging in a public charging spot, as you can see here. The plan is to stop along the way for lunch, so I will stop for about half an hour and we will charge up as much as we can. So how the trip looks like, I will show you. So we start from here, so this is where I am right now, and then we stop somewhere in the middle. This is Munich. So I'm using this app called A Better Route Planner. Well, app/website. It just gives you a rough idea of where to stop and how long to stop. So you basically put in where you want to go and it will show you where to stop. Oh, before I forget, my car is a Renault Zoe. It's with the 41 kilowatt-hour battery, and it has only 22 kilowatt AC charging. Now a little bit on what this channel is going to be about. It will be about all things related to electric cars. Firstly, I will talk about how to use an electric car. Let's say sort of day-to-day usage stuff, running cost, driving, how to charge, charging stations, maintenance, etc. etc. And also I will talk about how to do long distance trips. I will mainly focus on the affordable segment of the market. So this means that I will also talk about used electric cars and electric cars which are, let's say, within the range of 20 to 30,000 euro. I'm located in Germany, so I will use euro as a currency, and the pricing will be as it is in south of Germany. So let's get going. I will see you in the next charging station. Alright everyone, we have arrived at our first charging stop. I arrived here with 62%. The consumption was a little bit higher than I anticipated because, look, it's snowing. There was a lot of snow on the highway, so when it's snowing, it's wet and it's full of Schauschmutz and the consumption goes high. So yeah, let me just show you some driving stats. So yeah, we consumed 14 kilowatt hours actually. The average speed is quite low here because it counts when the car is stationary. so the speed goes down. Yeah, so the plan is to stay here for about half an hour or so, and then go to the next stop. Let me just show you the chargers here. Yeah, I should change language. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, it shows also the charging speed. Yeah, it's not so good at the moment. 18 kilowatt. Yeah, so these ones are actually those HPC chargers, which can charge up to 150, I think. Yeah. So for each of them, there are the left two ones have 2 plugs, and the right ones, they have also Shedamo and Type 2. And there you have the Tesla chargers, the superchargers. So there is a lot of electric car related activities here, so it's a nice stop. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is leave it for charging and have lunch. So talk to you in a few minutes. So I just arrived in the car. I have now 93% at the moment of charge. This should be enough to get to Munich. I need about 33 kilowatt hour according to my calculations. So from my previous experience, I know that if I maintain 120 kilometers per hour, then I need 220 watt hour per kilometer of energy. So this means that I need 33 kilowatt hour in total. So I should be arriving in Munich with 13% of the battery left. So this should be comfortable enough, and from here on it's mostly autobahn driving, and I will try to maintain 120. There are some road works, so I have to slow down, but yeah, it should be in general 120. Now a bit more about the future contents of the channel. I will also cover charging infrastructure. So as you saw here, I charged at a motorway charging station, and there were lots of chargers which can go up to 150. So at the moment in Germany, lots of high-speed, high-power chargers are popping up in the autobahn service stations. My car actually cannot take such high speed. I can only charge at AC, so my car can charge at maximum 22 kilowatt. So yeah, this means that I need to stay and charge longer. So I will touch these topics: how to plan a long distance trip, how to charge on a day-to-day basis. I will talk a bit more about the future contents of the channel when I arrive in Munich. For now, let's get ready and let's get going. Alright, so I have arrived in Munich. I arrived with 18% state of charge. So lots of things happened along the way. So basically there was a snowstorm, so there was really lots and lots of slow traffic and speed limits, and then there was an accident, so there was a closure of a road, so I had to take a detour and take another route. So my average speed is low because of that, because it wasn't really possible to drive fast today because of the weather. So if we look at the stats, so I drove 160 kilometers from that charging stop. The consumption is lower than what I spoke about during the charging stop because of the low speed. As you can see, it's just average 77. So everything went quite well. So the trip was quite slow because of the speed limits, but in the end we managed to arrive without going to another charger, so that was good. So yeah, so you just saw an example of a relatively long road trip where I stopped just for about half an hour to 40 minutes. So it's no problem to do a trip that's like 300 kilometers with this car, but if it's more than that, it's time consuming. As I was saying, this car only has AC charging. This means that the charging is not that fast. To charge the 41 kilowatt hour battery full, you would need more than an hour, actually close to 2 hours. But when you are doing a long distance trip, what you do is that you charge the car overnight 100%, and then you drive as far as you can with that full battery. Then you charge up to 80%, and the charge speed goes down after, let's say, 60%, and after 80% it's even lower. So it's okay to charge up to, let's say, 70 to 80%, and you can go as low as 10%, let's say. So these are the things that you need to plan ahead of time before you do a long distance trip. As you also saw, there were fast DC charging stations there where I charged. So those DC charging stations can pump 150 kilowatts, and I could only take 22 with AC. So if you have a car that can take, let's say, 100 to 150 kilowatts, then you would only need 15 to 20 minutes to top up, instead of what I do, like 40 minutes or so. So if you want to do long distance trips with an electric car, so you should always consider getting DC fast charging, and the infrastructure is becoming better and better in Germany. It's not as good as in Norway, but it's getting there. Also, let me talk a little bit about the cost of this trip. So this is the overnight charge. So my car was almost fully charged, so I did not have to spend so much to charge it up. This is the one for the charging stop on the highway. So as you can see, it's just €4.17, and in total it's less than €6 to travel this distance. The total distance here is 160 kilometers, as you can see, and before it was 80 kilometers. Okay, so let me conclude the video with a little bit more details about what's coming up in the channel. In addition to what I spoke about during my charging stop and when I was starting the trip, I will also cover the developments and advancements in the electric vehicle related technologies. This might include things like I will review the new important cars. So the cars that are coming up this year have really fast charging, and they have relatively large batteries. So it would be quite interesting actually to see the limits of these cars with the new charging infrastructure that's popping up in Germany. So in Germany now you get on average after every 60 or 70 kilometers really fast charging options. So I will do some testing of the new cars, and I will also cover used electric vehicles. So at the moment the used market is actually quite good, because a lot of people are buying these up-to-date cars, and then they're selling their old electric cars. So this means that the electric cars are becoming affordable. So I will take some examples. For example, the car that I'm driving, this is available in the used market, and it's quite cheap. If you spend 10 to 15,000 euro, you can buy a car like this. There are also other cars like Hyundai Ioniq, which is really a good EV, and it's probably the most efficient EV. It doesn't have a big battery, but since it's so efficient, it's fine with a small battery. You can also get Golf, e-Golf, which has not a very big battery, but if you just drive in the city, it's fine. You can also get Nissan Leafs in the second-hand market, BMW i3. So these are all cars which would be within the range of 10 to 20,000 in Germany. So I will try to cover some second-hand electric cars and review them and see how you can use them on a day-to-day use cases. Updates on infrastructure. There is a lot happening in Germany. Actually, there is a lot of investment from the governments and different companies. For example, you might have heard of Ionity chargers. They're super fast chargers, and they can go up to 350 kilowatt. And then the one that I used, it's called ENBW. So they also are putting in place lots of fast chargers which go at least up to 150 kilowatts. And then in Germany, at least in south of Germany, in every neighborhood you get AC chargers, at least 4, and in some areas there are like 8 or more than that. So even if you use the car in a city and you don't have a home charger, it's fine actually. You can just bring the car to a supermarket, and if there is a charger close to the supermarket, you can just plug it in, and then while you're shopping, the car just charges. So I will cover this infrastructure topic and also some other topics like renewable energy production and battery technologies. I won't go too much into the details of battery technologies, but just cover the news and what's coming into production and things like that. So these are the things that I will try to cover. I know there is a lot, but let's see how much time I can put beside my work, and and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I should also touch on what I will not cover and what I would like to avoid in this channel. So I will rely more on facts and science of the topics that I will discuss, and I will avoid the politics of it. So the main focus of this channel will be helping people to learn more about EVs. So if you're interested in electric cars and want to learn more about them, or if you're driving a gasoline car or a diesel car and you're thinking about switching and you want to learn more, or if you are an enthusiast of the technology and the driving dynamics, the instant torque, the quietness, then this is the right channel for you. So I hope you enjoy this video. Welcome to this channel again, and hope to see you in the next videos.